Ladies and gentlemen, life is full of truths, but it is also sprinkled with what we often call sweet lies. Nowhere are these more charming, more delicate, and more beautifully told than in the words of a woman. These lies are not meant to deceive, not meant to hurt, but rather to protect, to nurture, and to keep relationships alive with warmth and affection. A woman tells sweet lies because her heart is tender. When she looks at you and says, "I'm fine," even when she is not, it is not because she wants to hide herself from you, but because she doesn't want to burden you with her pain. That's a sweet lie spoken out of love. When she cooks for you and asks, "Did you like it?" and you hesitate, she will smile and say, "It's okay, I don't mind," even though deep inside she worked hard, hoping for your appreciation. That's a sweet lie born from her patience. Sometimes, when she says, "I don't need anything," while secretly wishing for your time, your attention, or even just a little hug, that is her way of placing your comfort above her own. That's a sweet lie whispered out of selflessness. The beauty of these sweet lies is that they are not really lies at all. They are unspoken truths hidden under soft words. They are shields she wears to protect your happiness, sacrifices she makes silently, and gentle ways she tells the world, "Love matters more than honesty at times." But here lies the lesson for us. Do not take these sweet lies for granted. Behind every "I'm fine" may be a heart longing for comfort. Behind every "don't worry about me" may be a soul needing care. Behind every "I don't mind" may be an ocean of unspoken desires. A wise man listens not only to the words of a woman, but also to the silence between them, because often her sweetest lies are her deepest truths. So let us honor those tender deceptions, not by letting them pass, but by reading them with love, responding with care, and making sure that a woman never has to lie sweetly to feel understood. Thank you. "I'm fine." The mask of strength, the most common sweet lie a woman tells, is the phrase "I'm fine." Two little words, simple and ordinary, yet they carry oceans of unspoken emotions. When a woman says "I'm fine," it is almost never the whole truth. Instead, it is her way of wearing a mask of strength, of protecting others from her pain, and of avoiding conflict or worry. Think about how often this lie is told. A mother who works all day, carries responsibilities at home, and still finds time to care for everyone will smile and say, "I'm fine," even when she is utterly exhausted. A wife who feels unappreciated may whisper "I'm fine," instead of confessing that her heart aches for more attention. A daughter struggling with her own dreams may say "I'm fine," because she doesn't want to disappoint her family. This phrase is not an act of dishonesty, it is an act of love, patience, and self-control. Why does a woman choose this lie instead of the truth? The answer lies in her nature. Women are natural nurturers. They carry within them a deep instinct to protect and to care. When she says "I'm fine," she is not dismissing her feelings, she is putting your feelings above her own. She is trying to shield you from her struggles, because in her heart, your peace of mind matters more than her temporary discomfort. It is her way of saying, "Don't worry about me, I can handle this." But here is the hidden truth. Behind those two words is often a plea, "Notice me. Ask again. Show me you care enough to look beyond my smile." Women don't always want to be strong. They don't always want to pretend everything is okay. Yet they do it because they are afraid of being misunderstood, of being seen as a burden, or of being judged for being vulnerable. This sweet lie, however, is also a silent test. When she says, "I'm fine," she hopes that someone will pause, look into her eyes, and say, "No, you're not fine. Tell me what's wrong." It is in that moment that true love and deep understanding are proven, when someone is willing to hear the words she doesn't say. The tragedy is that too often, people accept the lie at face value. They take "I'm fine" as truth, never realizing that the person in front of them may be hurting. A woman may carry her struggles in silence for years, simply because no one cared enough to ask twice. And so, she learns to bury her emotions under layers of strength, even though inside she longs for tenderness. To truly love a woman is to hear the unspoken. It is to recognize that I'm fine might mean I'm tired, I'm hurt, or I need you. It is to create a safe space where she feels comfortable enough to be vulnerable, to cry, to express herself without fear of judgment. When you see past the mask of strength, you honor the softness she hides. This keynote teaches us an important truth. Strength is not the absence of pain. Strength is the courage to carry pain without showing it. When a woman says, I'm fine, she is showing strength, but she is also revealing her deepest need for connection. The sweetest response you can give is not silence, but presence. Hold her hand, look into her eyes. Tell her, you don't have to be fine with me. Because behind every I'm fine lies the possibility of healing, if only someone cares enough to listen. I don't need anything. The lie of selflessness among the sweetest lies a woman tells. Few are more gentle and more revealing than the words, I don't need anything. At first glance, these words may sound like contentment, independence, or even detachment. But in truth, they often hide a heart that longs for attention, affection, or recognition. This is not a lie told to manipulate. It is a lie born out of selflessness. Women, by nature, are givers. They give their time, their energy, their compassion, their patience, and often their very identity to nurture the people they love. And because of this, they learn to minimize their own needs. When a woman says she needs nothing, she is really saying, your happiness matters more to me than my own. Consider a mother who sacrifices new clothes for herself so her children can wear the best. When asked what she wants, she smiles and says, I don't need anything. Consider a wife who longs for more quality time with her husband, but sees him tired and stressed. Instead of adding to his burden, she says, I don't need anything, I understand. Or think of a sister who secretly wishes to be appreciated for her efforts, yet shrugs it off with, it's okay, I don't need thanks. Each of these are sweet lies not spoken to hide the truth, but to keep peace, to protect others, and to give love without demanding its return. But behind these lies rests a powerful reality. Women do need things. They need appreciation. They need attention. They need moments where someone sees their effort, their sacrifice, and their longing. When a woman says, I don't need anything, she may not be asking for material gifts. What she often needs most is emotional presence, your time, your attention, your affection. This is the beauty and the danger of this sweet lie. Because it sounds so convincing, many people accept it at face value. They think she truly needs nothing, and so they give nothing. Over time, her silent sacrifice can turn into quiet disappointment, her patience into hidden sadness. Not because she expected riches or luxuries, but because she hoped that someone would see through her words and offer what she truly desired, love in its simplest, purest form. This keynote teaches us an essential lesson about love and relationships. Never take I don't need anything literally. Learn to read the emotions behind it. When she says she doesn't need a gift, give her one anyway, not because she asked, but because you care. When she says she doesn't need your time, spend it with her anyway, because her silence is often louder than words. When she says she doesn't need thanks, express gratitude anyway, because appreciation feeds her heart more than she will ever admit. The truth is, women often downplay their needs because they fear being seen as demanding or selfish. But deep down, every human soul craves recognition, and women who give so much crave it even more. Their sweet lie of I don't need anything is not the absence of desire, it is the presence of love so strong that it chooses to put others first. To love a woman deeply is to not wait for her to ask. It is to anticipate her needs, to listen between the lines, to honor the sacrifices she makes silently. It is to surprise her with kindness, to remind her that her needs matter too, and to show her that she is just as worthy of care as the care she gives. So the next time a woman says, I don't need anything, remember that sweet lie is really an invitation. An invitation to see her heart, to respond with love, and to give her the one thing she secretly longs for, the assurance that she is valued, appreciated, and never invisible. It's okay, I don't mind. The lie of patience among the sweetest lies a woman tells. Perhaps the most tender one is when she says, "It's okay, I don't mind." These words are usually spoken with a gentle smile, yet behind them lies a heart full of expectations, sacrifices, and unspoken emotions. This phrase may sound forgiving, but in truth, it is often a cover for the small disappointments she chooses to bury rather than express. Imagine a scenario. She spends hours preparing a meal with love, hoping to see joy on your face when you taste it, but you're too tired, distracted, or unappreciative to notice the effort. Instead of expressing her hurt, she softly says, "It's okay, I don't mind." Another example, she waits eagerly for your time, only to watch you cancel plans at the last minute. She feels a pang of sadness but assures you, "It's okay, I don't mind." Or perhaps she pours her heart into helping, supporting, or giving, yet receives little acknowledgement. Still, she hides her disappointment behind the same gentle phrase. Why does she say this? Because women are patient by nature. Their love is often tied to endurance, to giving second chances, to believing in the goodness of others. When she says it's okay, I don't mind, it is not that she truly doesn't care. It is that she values the relationship more than her own hurt feelings. She would rather swallow her pain than risk conflict or make you feel guilty. This sweet lie is an act of patience, but it comes at a cost. Over time, unspoken disappointments can pile up. The more often she tells herself it's okay, the more invisible her needs become, the more she convinces you that she doesn't mind, the less likely you are to notice when she truly does. And that is where relationships begin to weaken, not because of fights or disagreements, but because of the silent neglect that grows from unspoken truths. Behind "it's okay, I don't mind" lies a powerful truth. She does mind. She minds because her love is not only about giving, but also about being valued in return. She minds because her efforts are not about recognition in the form of grand gestures, but about the simple acknowledgement that what she does matters. A woman's patience should never be mistaken for indifference. Her forgiveness should never be taken as an endless resource. The lesson here is clear. Do not wait for her to complain. Pay attention. Look deeper. Notice the effort she puts in, even when she says it's nothing. Appreciate her sacrifice, even when she pretends it's small. Value her patience, because patience is not the absence of feeling it, is the strength to hide the depth of her feelings for the sake of harmony. To truly love a woman is to never let her patience go unnoticed. Surprise her with gratitude when she least expects it. Thank her not only for the big sacrifices, but also for the little daily acts of love. When she says it's okay, I don't mind, don't simply take her words at face value. Instead, take it as an opportunity to show her she is seen, heard, and cherished. Because in the end, a woman doesn't truly want to keep saying those words. What she wants is to feel that her efforts are acknowledged, so she never has to hide her disappointment behind patience again. Her sweetest lie is really her greatest test, a test of whether you can love her deeply enough to notice the truth she hides. So next time she says, "It's okay, I don't mind," remember, she does mind, but she loves you enough to forgive. And the greatest gift you can give her in return is to make sure she never has to lie about it again. I can handle it. The lie of silent struggle, another sweet lie a woman often tells, is wrapped in the words, "I can handle it." These words carry an air of confidence, strength, and resilience. They make her appear unshakable, capable of carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. Yet behind them often lies exhaustion, silent sacrifice, and a longing for someone to step in and share the burden. Women are natural caretakers. They carry responsibilities at home, at work, in relationships, and within their communities, from nurturing children, supporting families, and pursuing careers, to balancing emotional roles as daughters, wives, mothers, or sisters. Women live in a constant cycle of giving. When life throws challenges at them, Instead of asking for help, many instinctively respond with, "I can handle it." But the truth is, no one can handle everything alone. Saying "I can handle it" is not always an expression of true ability, but of silent struggle. She doesn't want to appear weak, needy, or incapable. She doesn't want to burden others with her challenges. She would rather stretch herself thin than risk being misunderstood or judged. And so this sweet lie becomes her shield, a mask that hides both her pain and her humanity. Picture the woman who works a full day at the office, only to come home and cook, clean, and care for her children. When asked if she needs help, she smiles and says, "No, I can handle it." Or the young woman facing emotional challenges, yet when her friends inquire, she insists, "Don't worry about me, I can handle it." Or the wife managing both her own dreams and her family's needs, convincing herself and others that she can carry it all. These women are strong, yes, but they are also tired, and their lie of "I can handle it" hides more than it reveals. The danger of this sweet lie is that people start believing it. If a woman always says she can handle it, others may stop offering help. They assume she doesn't need support, when in reality, she may be silently longing for someone to step in, even without her asking. Over time, her silence can breed loneliness. Her strength can turn into a prison where she feels unseen in her struggles because she always convinced everyone she was fine. This keynote holds an important lesson. Love is not about believing every word, but about seeing the truth behind them. When a woman says, "I can handle it," don't walk away. Instead, step closer. Ask how you can help. Offer your presence, your hands, or simply your listening ear. Because sometimes the strongest souls are the ones most in need of rest, care, and reassurance. To love a woman is to remind her that she doesn't have to handle it all alone. It is to take some weight off her shoulders, not because she asked, but because you care enough to notice. It is to remind her that strength doesn't mean silence, and that leaning on others is not weakness, it is part of being human. So next time she says, "I can handle it," hear the unspoken words beneath, "I'm trying my best, but I need you too." Honor her resilience, but don't leave her alone in her struggle. The sweetest response is not to admire her strength from afar, but to share it, to lighten it, and to remind her that even the strongest hearts deserve rest, because behind every "I can handle it" lies a truth she may never say out loud. I don't always want to handle it alone. I'll be okay. The lie of endless hope, perhaps the sweetest and most heartbreaking lie a woman tells, is the quiet phrase, "I'll be okay." These words often come in moments of struggle, disappointment, or heartbreak. She says them with a soft smile, sometimes with tears in her eyes, and sometimes with a strength that surprises everyone. But behind them lies an ocean of emotions: pain, resilience, hope, and the unshakable will to keep moving forward. When a woman says, "I'll be okay," it is rarely because everything is truly fine. Often, she is hurting deeply. Perhaps she feels unappreciated in a relationship, or maybe she is battling a personal loss, a broken dream, or a silent fear. Yet instead of confessing how much it weighs on her, she hides her vulnerability with those simple words. She doesn't want to appear fragile. She doesn't want to be a burden. She doesn't want to trouble those she loves with her inner storms. This sweet lie is a shield, but it is also an expression of hope. "I'll be okay" reflects her belief that no matter how dark the night is, the sun will eventually rise. It is her way of reassuring both herself and the people around her that life will not break her. Even if her heart is heavy, she convinces herself that she has the strength to heal. Consider the woman who loses someone dear to her. Everyone around her worries, but she softly says, "Don't worry, I'll be okay." Consider the young woman whose dreams were shattered by failure or rejection. Instead of complaining, she tells herself and others, "I'll be okay." Or the wife who feels unseen in her marriage, yet swallows her tears and whispers, "I'll be okay." In each case, the words are not a reflection of reality, but of courage, the courage to keep standing even when life feels unbearable. But here lies the truth: she is not always okay. She doesn't always want to be okay on her own. What she needs in those moments is not to be left alone with her sweet lie, but to be embraced with patience and love. When she says, "I'll be okay," it is often her way of asking for silent companionship. She doesn't need someone to fix everything. She doesn't need miracles. She needs presence, a hand to hold, a heart to lean on. Someone to remind her that she doesn't have to fight every battle by herself. The danger of this sweet lie is that it can fool people into believing she doesn't need support. Because she looks strong, they assume she truly is. Because she says she's okay, they take her words literally. And so, she often ends up facing her struggles in silence, longing for comfort that never arrives. The lesson here is simple but powerful. Never take "I'll be okay" at face value. Instead, listen to the tone of her voice, look into her eyes, and see the truth behind the words. Sometimes, the strongest act of love is to refuse to let her carry her pain alone. When she says she'll be okay, sit beside her. When she says she doesn't need anything, bring her comfort anyway. When she says she's fine, remind her that it's okay not to be fine. Because love is not about admiring her strength from a distance. Love is about walking with her through her weakest moments, even when she insists she can handle them alone. So the next time a woman says, "I'll be okay," remember, it is not just a lie of strength, but a whisper of hope. She will be okay, but with your love, your care, and your presence, she doesn't have to wait until tomorrow to feel whole again. Ladies and gentlemen, we have walked through the gentle world of sweet lies, those small phrases women use not to deceive, but to love, to protect, and to endure. We saw how "I'm fine" becomes the mask of strength, how "I don't need anything" hides the sacrifice of selflessness, how "it's okay, I don't mind" covers unspoken disappointments, how "I can handle it" conceals silent struggles, and how "I'll be okay" reflects endless hope even in moments of pain. These lies are not flaws. They are love in disguise. They are the ways women preserve harmony, protect the hearts of those they love, and carry burdens without complaint. Yet they remind us of something very important. Even the strongest, most selfless woman deserves to be seen, heard, and cared for. The danger is not that women tell these sweet lies, the danger is that we believe them too quickly. We accept "I'm fine" without looking deeper. We believe "I don't need anything" and offer nothing. We let "it's okay, I don't mind" erase her feelings. We admire "I can handle it" without sharing the load. We take "I'll be okay" as a guarantee, forgetting that even hope needs support. The lesson is simple yet profound. Never listen to words alone. Listen to the silence behind them. Look at her eyes, her tone, her heart. Respond not just to what she says, but to what she feels. Because true love is not about believing every word, it is about understanding the truths hidden beneath them. So let us honor the sweet lies of women not by ignoring them, but by turning them into moments of deeper love. When she says she is fine, be her comfort. When she says she needs nothing, give her your attention. When she says she doesn't mind, show her gratitude. When she says she can handle it, share her load. And when she says she'll be okay, remind her she doesn't have to heal alone. Because behind every sweet lie is a heart longing for love. And behind every strong woman is someone who deserves to be cared for just as much as she cares for others. Thank you.